You wake up. Before your feet hit the ground, your phone is already in your hand. You scroll Twitter, check Instagram, scan the news, read emails. Your heart's racing. Your palms are sweating. Your brain feels like it's vibrating. You tell yourself, I'm just anxious. But here's the truth. You're not anxious. You're addicted. And I'm not talking about phone addiction. I'm talking about something way more dangerous. Information addiction. Think about a cocaine user. They hit, they get high, they crash, they need more. It's a cycle, right? Now think about you scrolling. You see a notification, dopamine hit. You read a shocking headline, dopamine hit. You see what someone posted, dopamine hit. Then the notifications stop, the feeds go quiet, and suddenly you need to scroll again. Same mechanism, different drug. The only difference, your drug of choice has a home screen. Here's where it gets interesting. Your logical brain knows this is destructive. You know endless scrolling doesn't help you. You know refreshing your email won't change anything. But your emotional brain, it's screaming for that next hit of information. And that emotional brain, it's winning. Let me describe what information addiction actually looks like, because I'm willing to bet you recognize yourself in this. First, the compulsion. You can't stop checking, not because you want more information, but because not checking creates anxiety. It's like phantom vibration syndrome, except it's in your mind. You feel like you're missing something, so you check and check and check again. Second, the withdrawal. Put your phone down for an hour. How does it feel? Restless? Anxious? That's not FOMO, that's withdrawal. Your brain is literally craving that dopamine hit you've trained it to expect. Third, the tolerance. One notification used to be enough. Now, you need 5. One article wasn't satisfying, so you read 10. One social media platform became 3, then 5. You need more information to get the same rush. Fourth, the negative consequences. You can't focus on deep work. Your relationships suffer because you're physically present, but mentally absent. You sleep worse. Your anxiety actually increases, not decreases, despite all this information consumption. But you keep doing it anyway, because the hit is too good to pass up. Here's the thing they don't want you to realize. These platforms are engineered to be addictive, not accidentally, intentionally. Billions of dollars have been spent by the smartest engineers in the world to make these apps hit your dopamine receptors exactly the right way, to make the notifications come at exactly the right interval to keep you hooked, to make the feeds just unpredictable enough that you keep scrolling, looking for the next interesting thing. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're playing a game that's rigged against you by people who understand human psychology better than you understand yourself. The algorithm knows that outrage keeps you scrolling, that uncertainty keeps you checking, that the fear of missing out keeps you coming back. So that's what it feeds you. And here's the cost of this addiction that nobody talks about. Your attention span is collapsing. You literally cannot think deeply anymore because your brain has been trained to expect constant stimulation. Deep work? Impossible. Reading a book? Torture. Sitting with your own thoughts? Unbearable. Your anxiety is through the roof, not despite the information, but because of it. You're consuming curated catastrophe all day long. Climate crisis, political chaos, crime, disease. Economic collapse. It's all there, designed to keep you anxious and engaged. Your relationships are hollow. You're surrounded by people, but profoundly alone because everyone's attention is divided. Real connection requires presence. Presence requires attention. And your attention is being auctioned off to the highest bidder. And the worst part? You blame yourself. You think you're just an anxious person. You think you lack discipline. You think something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. You're just addicted to the drug that's been designed to be as addictive as possible. So what do? You stop calling it anxiety. You call it what it is, addiction. And here's why that matters. Addiction requires a different response than anxiety does. Anxiety requires coping strategies. Addiction requires abstinence. You can't manage your information addiction by checking less. That's like telling a cocaine addict to just use less. It doesn't work. You need a hard reset, cold turkey. Delete the apps, disable notifications. Set boundaries that feel extreme because they need to be. Your brain will fight back. It'll feel uncomfortable. That discomfort, that's the addiction losing its grip. And once you break it, you'll feel something you haven't felt in years. Presence, focus, genuine peace. You're not anxious. You were never broken. You were just addicted. Now you know. The question is, what are you going to do about it?